Well, I'm here in Redwood City, like you said, outside the San Mateo County Superior Court, where Scott Peterson is on trial, not on trial, and resentencing for the first time in 15 years, ever since he heard guilty for the first time back in 2005. Of course, he's here sentencing for the murders of his wife, Laci Peterson, and their unborn son, Connor. We just heard moments ago that he did get, in fact, life in prison with no parole, and then he also got 15 years to life for the death of their unborn son, Connor. Now, we heard a lot of emotional testimony in court because, of course, Laci Peterson's family is here talking about the impact that her death had on them. We heard from her sister, who said she wonders what it would be like to be an aunt. She says now she has 2 boys of her own, and Scott Peterson robbed her of the chance to have those boys know their aunt or to meet their cousin. We also heard from Laci's brother, who said he just gave this beautiful portrait of his sister. He said she had an infectious smile and loved to laugh. She was one who lived life to the fullest. He says he believes that Scott started planning Laci's murder when his girlfriend at that time found out that he had a wife. He said that Scott does deserve death. And finally, we heard from Laci's mother, Sharon. She talked directly and forcefully to Scott Peterson during court today. We heard her say things like, you need to tell the truth, take responsibility for the murder of Laci and Connor. She called him evil, self-centered, and said his act was unforgivable. She said, you're a coward, you were afraid of being criticized, and that's why you didn't just divorce Laci. Instead, you planned her murder. She said that she dreams of Laci all the time, and she wakes up crying knowing that she'll never get to see her daughter again. So a lot of emotional testimony in court today. Walt, we're going to be standing by, trying to talk to some members of the family. And of course, it's what we expected. He did get life sentence today without the possibility of parole. But of course, this case isn't over. He might get his day in court again. We'll have to wait till next February to find out that.
Mike, were we expecting the extra 15 years on top of what you just mentioned for the death of the unborn son, Connor?
Well, we did get a preliminary report from the prosecution saying that they were pushing for this. The family had agreed to it. The family didn't want to go through another sentencing phase where he could have gotten death again, and so they said that this was what they approved of.
Okay, I'm sure the Rocha family is anxious to finally move past this. I've met them, a great family. Mike, thank you. I know you're still in the middle of gathering information. We look forward to seeing you at 5 p.m. Thank you again. Okay.